Good morning, this is Shindo. Folks, why is it that we're not hearing anything about this? Something as important as, you know, war that is being totally ignored by the mainstream media. Matter of fact, in order to find these things, I simply type into Google Russia and NATO news. And this is what I get. Today, July 1st, 2016. Title of this article from Express. What is this? Well, what is Express? I don't even know what it is. Yet, they are quoting Vladimir Putin. This is not some minor little thing. Title of this article: Now furious Putin threatens war against the West as NATO bolsters troops at Russian border. Enraged Russian President Vladimir Putin has threatened to wage war against the West as a number of NATO troops positioned along the country's border has more than doubled. The ruthless Kremlin leader is taking an aggressive hardline stance on NATO's military action close to Russian soil by vowing to, quote, neutralize potential threats, unquote, as tensions in the regions build. British, American, German, and Canadian troops are currently situated on the Russian border in the Baltic region as part of the Eastern European deterrent force. Denmark and France have recently sent forces to bolster the multinational military, an act of perceived, quote, provocation that has angered the Kremlin. Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu says NATO forces on Russia's doorstep had, quote, more than doubled, unquote, in recent weeks. He said, quote, such moves on our Western colleagues lead to erosion of the strategic stability in Europe and forces us to take countermeasures, primarily in the Western theater of operations, unquote. He warned Russia would take action to, quote, neutralize potential threats, unquote. Putin also vowed to use his military might as a, quote, weighty argument against any provocation, unquote. The additional NATO forces have been moved to the Baltics just after one of the largest military training exercises in history took place near the Russian border in early June. Operation Saber Strike, a NATO armed forces drill led by America, involved more than 2,000 troops from 14 nations. It covered massive area near Russian territory, encompassing Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. Why is it that we're not hearing anything about this? If, let's say, all the South American countries were doing so-called training exercises on the border between us and Mexico, do you think the United States of America would be paying attention? This is provocation. It's nothing short of that. What are they building up to? What are they trying to do? I firmly believe that the powers that be, and they're the powers that we know, they're not some cabal in some secret room. The powers that be, the United States, Britain, Europe, Russia, China, they all know something that those of us who are paying attention already know as well. And that is that our economy, our world economy, is on a very tentative thread. And it's about to break. And when it does, the one and only thing that these powers can do in order to continue to be in power is to fight a war in order to keep people occupied and in order to get all the natural resources that are left. With everything else that's happening in the world, this story is being completely ignored. And when it finally comes down, realize you heard it here first. This is Shindo. Have a good Friday.
This is my kingdom come. This is my kingdom come.